This is big breaking news. U.S. officials in the U.S. Treasury Department are now warning that 65% of Americans' Wi Fi routers could be compromised and could potentially be hacked. Let's get into all the details here really quick, guys. Please just hit that like and hit that subscribe. I'm posting every day, keeping you guys updated on this big urgent news, and it just helps to get these warnings out. I appreciate that. So this is what's going on right now. The U.S. Treasury Department and Commerce is now looking into, quote, TP-Link Wi-Fi routers. Okay, these are very common routers. They only accounted for about 20% of the routers domestically in the U.S. in 2020. But just within 4 years, they now account for 65% of all the Wi-Fi routers. And a lot of the companies, when they come in and install your Wi-Fi and set it up for you, this is the router they use. It's called TP-Link. You should check your routers right now to see if you have these. And the US is set to ban these in 2025. And they have just issued this warning, and they are now investigating to see exactly what's going on with these routers. So check this out. This could happen with all the major wireless and wired providers. Okay, they could use this router, right? They could be using, it's very cheap. It's like the cheapest one that's on the market. And the reason that they're worried is that it's made in China, and they're worried that there were some back doors put in these routers, and they've been potentially been used to compromise people's data that's supposed to be secure and these networks. So let's dive into more details here on everything. There's also a major cyber attack right now happening in Rhode Island as well too, where hundreds of thousands of people, it's over 500,000 people, they're warning that their personal information has been exposed, right? And they're shutting down certain systems like Snap and EBT systems are being affected, and they're having to take certain parts of it offline, right? It says here though that U.S. officials are investigating a potential national security risk tied to a telecom company who is founded in China, whose internet routers are used by millions of people. It says U.S. officials are concerned that cheap and ubiquitous routers made by, quote, TP-Link could offer a foothold for China-backed hackers into U.S. infrastructure, the sources said, right? And these routers are used for everything, right? For every business is using these routers too. They're moving their information through these networks using these routers. And even things like critical infrastructure could be connected to these Wi-Fi. Everything's connected to the internet now and is connected to Wi-Fi. All these things, security systems, everything. It says the Commerce Department has opened a probe into the company that is in its nascent stages. One possible outcome of the probe is a ban on the sale of the TP-Link routers in the U.S. starting in 2025. It says it's just one of a flurry of actions the Biden administration has taken, and it's warning in its waning days that officials say are aimed at blunting China's ability to hack the American telecom sector. The actions would carry into Trump's administration as it inherits the steep challenge of trying to counter China's aggressive use of cyber operations to collect intelligence. And it says the Commerce Department last week also sent a, quote, preliminary finding as part of a separate inquiry into another company, the U.S. subsidy of China Telecom, the state-owned telecom giant, related to national security risks that the U.S. officials believe stem from the use of its equipment by American telecom companies. Okay, so this has been a huge problem. Companies like Huawei were banned a few years ago as well too, and it was a very similar thing, and it was even linked potentially to the SolarWinds hack, right, which was a major company that was taken down a few years ago, and it was potentially related to this Huawei hardware and even Huawei routers, right? It's a company that was based out of China, and it was banned a few years ago, and now we're seeing something very similar with this TP-Link, and 65% of people have it. So more than likely or not, if you flip a coin 50-50 chance, it's more than likely that you have this router. So check it out, see if you have it. If you just have like normal internet service where they came and set it up for you and did everything, it's probably like 80% chance you have this, because they just use the cheapest ones, and they don't even have their own routers or anything for this. They have their own modems, okay, but the router is the one that actually puts out the Wi-Fi signal and has like the little antennas on it, okay? So check to see if you have this, and if you do, maybe change it out, alright? If you can afford to, at least change your password, update your security. But they think there's just like backdoors in it, so it doesn't even really matter what security you have on it. And in the last few months too, they've been worried that there has been backdoors in the major telecom companies, right? They're worried that there's been potentially some type of access from foreign actors, potentially even China, into major telecom companies. That's what they've been worried about as well too. So to have this router warning issued at the same time seems like something's going on behind the scenes, right? Let me know what you guys think down below of the situation. What do you think's happening here? Why do you think this is happening now? The timing of this and everything. And we also have announcements from Trump. He was even saying that there could even be potentially tariffs put on China as well too. So maybe we could even see more things like this, and this could even be used, right? This could even be used as an excuse for things to happen, and it's even blamed on China, right? China definitely has high capabilities in this field, but it's also one of those things where maybe it'll even be blamed on them and it won't even be them. But they definitely have these capabilities, and these things are happening, and these products are made in China, like TP-Link. The hardware is made there, and that's always been a major concern with manufacturing our electronics and our equipment in China, is that there could be backdoors put in it, whether intentionally or unintentionally. Due to negligence, these things seem to be happening. And then you give these electronics, these phones, these things to the highest level government officials, and they're potentially not secure. And that's what they've been warning has been going on. And high level officials like Trump and his team and other people in government right now currently too have been targeted. So let me know what you think down below. Check out that router. Make sure you don't have this TP-Link. If you do, you can get new ones for pretty cheap, but it's kind of a whole thing to set it up, right? So I know it's not the easiest thing to do, but if you can, check it out. And look into things like satellite internet as well too, maybe as a failsafe, as a backup, if you can afford it, just in case one of these systems goes offline, these routers get taken offline or something along those lines, get banned, get shut down, they're not allowed to be used anymore, then at least you have some type of backup. So look into these things. Also, if you're in Rhode Island too, they are offering monitoring for people, because there's been a major breach there of hundreds of thousands of people. They're worried who are in these government systems, right? Who are on things like EBT and SNAP and these benefits. Anyone that's applied for Medicare, things like this through the state, all these systems have been compromised on the back end. That's what they're warning of. So just a heads up too, if you're in Rhode Island as well too. So please just hit it up for me down there. It helps to get these warnings out. Hope you guys are staying safe, staying prepared, staying stocked up. Hope you have big blessings for for your life and your family. And I hope you have a big old blessed day.